Alright, gang. Let's see. This week is day 4 of Answer Record Week 3, by the way. But also today's video is kind of a strange, weird, convoluted mess. I know that already right up front. Because the record situation I'm going to talk about is that. It's sort of confusing, it's sort of weird. I was actually going to do this in Answer Record Week 2 the other year, and then I decided to pull it out at the last minute because it isn't really an answer record. But it's such a weird situation, definitely something I want to talk about in my kind of thing. And it's, it's not completely removed from the concept of answer records. I'm not just throwing it in here arbitrarily. But it's not really an answer record. It's not really answering a particular record, except for itself. So let's just get right into it. I am talking about none other than Sally's Attack by Short Fat Sally on Slice Records from 1985. So who is Short Fat Sally? Well, she has her own subtitle right here, The Human Beat Breath, which definitely tells you right off the bat that we're talking about sort of basically a jokey novelty record, but not quite, or at least not entirely. This is the only record by Short Fat Sally, but it's not completely unconnected from the hip-hop world, as we're going to see in a minute. Sally's Attack is a diss record, which I've already sort of said a diss record isn't really an answer record, but it's close, and this is definitely a diss record. And she's talking about an MC named Kid. And at first, way back when I first found out about this record, ages ago, I used to think she was talking about Kid from Kid and Play. Why? Here's another record on Slice Records. And by the way, this is what their label normally looks like. The other one was black and white because it was a promo copy. Usually it's this kind of colored in version. But anyway, also 1985 on Slice Records by the Fresh Force, Oh Sally. And in the song, they call Oh Sally being like a short fat girl, and they're dissing her. Now, the Fresh Force, many of you guys know, Kid and Play, before they were Kid and Play, used to be known as the Fresh Force Crew, and sometimes they dropped the crew on the record just called the Fresh Force. They came out like 1986, 1987. This was before they were on Select Records and they blew up. And so I used to just sort of naturally assume, hey, Fresh Force, here's Kid talking about Sally, is totally an answer record back and forth with Sally's Attack. But no, actually it's not at all. And in fact, by the way, this technically came after Sally's Attack. And this Fresh Force is not Kid and Play. This is another group called Fresh Force who only have this one record called Oh Sally. And they are talking about girls named Sally and dissing them, and they're sort of saying, not even necessarily one specific girl named Sally, but Sally is a type of girl, and she's fat, and you want to go away from her. And this is 1985, so it's very kind of simplistic, sort of juvenile kiddie dissing kind of stuff. And at one point, by the way, they say, oh no, Sally changed her name to Roxanne, and they start doing a little bit of a Roxanne rap, which is, of course, the infamous Roxanne battles from Roxanne Shante to Full Force and UTFO and those huge sea of Roxanne records, which are going to come up again a little bit later in this video. So this is sort of a Roxanne record. Not really, that's like a little tangent within this record for about like 30 seconds. Basically, it's its own thing, or, pretty close knockoff of, but at least they use their own name and their own brand and their own kind of style, what they're rapping about, talking about a girl named Sally. So not totally a diss record or response record or anything to Short Fat Sally, but both records 1985, both records on Slice Records, which was not a huge label with tons of artists, not like Warner Brothers or something who would say, oh, well, maybe the artists over here don't know what the artists over there are doing. There's no way everybody didn't know about the other Sally records, so there's at least some sort of abstract connection. And maybe that is sort of the idea. Maybe she is kind of meant to be the Sally from the Oh Sally song, like she's adopting that identity. Except, actually, again, it would be reversed because this came second. So maybe they're sort of saying, oh, Short Fat Sally, the human beat breath, that kind of crazy character. Well, that's the girls we're talking about, something like that. But on the other hand, Short Fat Sally specifically, as opposed to just calling someone Sally, but by calling someone Short Fat Sally, that is clearly a direct reference to the classic song. It's a huge Little Richard song. I don't know if he did it first or if he's covering like a more obscure rock song, but he's the one who blew it up. There's a song called Long Tall Sally, which is, just about a tall girl named Sally. And so this is, that was a huge record. That's kind of only maybe his biggest record. And so being Short Fat Sally is obviously a reference to Long Tall Sally. Except she doesn't mention that record or anything in this one or anything, but clearly that's where the name comes from. So okay, Sally, the human beat breath, and yes, by the way, that does mean she is a human beatbox. She does human beatbox on this record. And she's alright, she's pretty good. She's not like an amazing, she's not like Buff Love or, Dougie Fresh or someone you're like, oh wow, this is a real talent. But she's pretty solid. She's pretty good at it. She she's not necessarily just making records because it's a joke. Like, she does rap capably and beatbox capably, and her music is pretty solid thanks largely to a very interesting name in the credits here, scratches by DJ Cash Money. Yes, the DJ Cash Money is in Cash Money and Marvelous, the world famous, tournament-winning Cash Money. Very early appearance by Cash Money back in 1985, cutting it up for Sally's Attack. So, okay, Sally's Attack, she's not talking about Kid from Kid and Play, so who is she talking about? Well, the answer is actually pretty obvious on its own record right here, because the B-side to this record is You're a Pest, Sally featuring Mac Fresh. Now, who is Mac Fresh? Okay, Mac Fresh is a member of Dr. Rocks & Co. They're probably best known for doing... This is the wrong record. Dr. Rocks & Co. did a couple records, but they're best known for doing one of the many Roxanne records. And right here, this is it. Do the Roxanne Dance. This is kind of their biggest record. And, it's just another in the long series of Roxanne records, and they basically just made a dance out of it. It's a pretty simple, straightforward record. But so that's who Mac Fresh is. He's a member of this group. And Mac Fresh also went by Kid Fresh. So that's who Sally's talking about, and here he is on the B-side on You're a Pest. Now, what's You're a Pest? You're a Pest is basically a Mac Fresh solo song. Sally does not rap on here, but she does do a little human beatboxing on here, so that's why this is also credited to her. But really, this is a Mac Fresh solo record. And that also features cuts by Cash Money, by the way. But so that is who Sally is attacking in Sally's Attack. She's attacking Mac Fresh or Kid Fresh. She's calling him Kid, but he usually goes by Mac Fresh. That's what he's called on the label here, which makes it a little bit confusing, but it's absolutely unquestionably the same guy. So, is this an answer record? Not really, because it's not answering Fresh Force. It's not answering Do the Roxanne or anything like that. It's sort of answering the B-side, kind of. It's really just sort of a diss record with a bunch of whole weird kind of strange connections. Let's listen to some sound clips now of Sally's Attack, and then we'll also listen to a little bit of Your Pest, and maybe even Oh Sally, which is by the Fresh Force, again, that is not Kid and Play. So this is it for Answer Record Week Day 4, and Day 5, we're going to hit you up with a pure, straightforward, no question, absolute 100% direct answer record, and one you probably don't know. So see you guys next time.
He said I was the best. He said he wouldn't know what to do without me. Well, here is his chance right now to see. Without me, baby, you would be nothing. I'm walking out the door, you know that I'm not bluffing. And we will see, sweetie, cause you won't go far. A conceited little bastard, and you'll never be a star. Yeah, you got a deaf record, and you're trying to shine. If I'm a pain in the neck, well, you are pain in my behind.
Now I'm busted, right? This is Kid Fresh, right? And I'm back. This time I brought my beat breath, Fat Sally here, right? We're gonna throw down with some beats and rhymes for all you B-girls and B-boys out there who are the whack. Most definitely is a pest, big time shadow like Sally here. Yo, Sally, you're the type of person that I can do without. Cause when you get a chance, you're making beats with your mouth. No, I can understand that you're musically inclined, but a person like you can make a man lose his mind. 24/7, 8 days a week, I hear 1,000 beats or 1,000 beats, and it's the same old thing. Again and again, you're going, and it just won't end. You are a pain in my derriere. I tell you that you are, but you don't care. You're the type of person that was born to be a PES Fresh, and that's me to your test of the world. Now you have a mascot, and that's my beat girl, Fat Sally. And oh, what a pain she can be. And just to prove my point, homegirls, listen to her breathe.
Oh, wow, man. Check out that babe,
Who
man.
that girl right there?
Yeah.
Man? Oh man, that chicken head, man.
What?
She ain't nothing but a Sally.
A Sally? What's a Sally, dude?
You don't know what a Sally
Nah,
is,
man. What?
Oh, well, a Sally's not a person, it's a state of mind. A girl can be a Sally if she thinks she's fine. A girl can be a Sally if she thinks she's hot. Oh, well, maybe she's a Sally or maybe not. This girl named Debbie that I really dug. I was head over heels, falling in love. I went to her crib one day and walked on in and got Debbie making love to my very best friend. I thought she loved me. I thought she was true blue. Just to find out that Debbie was a Sally too. Cause a Sally's just another name for a freak who runs around with every guy in the street, who runs around with every guy in the neighborhood. You see, a Sally's just a girl who ain't no good. You a girl named Sally with just like Dolly, a 44 dude that made me go golly. I struck her stuff looking so on. Something was kicking her underarm. Said I wear a soap, could be your best friend. And here's a razor, baby, with under your chin. Then I threw her in the tub, scraped off the crud. Soap on the rag and began to rub. She turned her to right, a Sally got lighter. We make deliveries, you know I copycat fighter. And then she got wild and changed her name to Roxane. Damn, and then she came to Philly, acting kinda silly, a dilly, a dolly, but her real name was Sally. Sally, Sally. She is the baddest what girl in town. Sally, Sally. She is the baddest girl in town. You know that we're the best in town. So what you get on the mic? Throw that. I met this girl named Sally just last week, and I blew her out with this fresh beat. So take it out.